Hey, good morning, traders. How we doing? Welcome back. Hello. How you doing? We are on the hunt for 3-to-1 trades today. How'd you guys do yesterday? Can you see my washes that I traded? Got stopped out. Got stopped out right there. Pop me out. This one here. Pop me out. Where was I at? Somewhere in here. Yeah, I think it was behind there. Right? Got long on that, did he? Got short on that, did he? But you know what? I'm a 3-to-1 trader, boys and girls. I bought that. Now, I would love to sit here and say, oh, yeah, it was a great afternoon, oh, blah, 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 blah. No, I got out right here. I got out right in here. Because you know why? Well, because I was having some issues with my computer. You ever seen Price do this? Right? You have no idea that that's going to happen. I've seen it go both ways. Nobody knows what's going to happen. They just don't. And that's the challenge that we're in as traders, because we have to live by certain rules that keep us, keep us in the money. That's a nice entry. I didn't see it, but that's a nice entry right there, right? Right? Impulse is another kick behind that. But I just learned something, you guys. I just learned something. And it reminded me, and this is why I do review, and this is why I have a channel. My trading is through the roof right now, guys. I don't even know what my percentage of win rate is. It's usually 30 to 40%. It is. Because look at that. Today or yesterday, one trade, one stop, two trades, two stops. This trade here was based off of this here, and I put all this together and I said, where's this going to land? And it landed right here. And I think I caught that bar somewhere in here. I caught that bar. I forget exactly where it was. Maybe it was the one over there. Somewhere in here. I mapped out my kill zone. I mapped out all this stuff. And then I got my piece. I'm managing my business. And in this world of trading, how many times have you had money walk out of your life because you don't know what you're going to do? You just don't know how high it's going to go up, if it's going to go sideways, right? This was here from 8 o'clock till 10 o'clock. For 2 hours, people were jerking around with this thing. I don't have time for that. I'm not here for that. I don't care that I missed that chunk. You know why? Because I understand what's going on. I understand my setup. I should take that back. I don't understand what's going on. I understand my setup. And I can see my setup. That's why I can pick this out here and say, oh yeah, it hit here. Boom. Right? Maybe you have another stop down here. Maybe you say, okay, that makes sense now. And you're up here now. But you're still waiting for that 3-to-1 to hit. You don't know if it's going to happen. I'm just saying, when people say things, and especially in this creator environment with the flashy, I look at some of these guys' monitors and I'm like, I don't even know where the price is. They're looking at this little, who knows? You want a white screen, black ticks, so you can see what's going on. Now, when I was in here, right? When I was right in here, this is all I was looking at. That's it. That's what I was looking at, right? I know price came down, and I like to think I like to think that I can ignore that whole side. Now, what I have, uh, it's kind of hard to describe because, you know, I was in, dude. I made this right here, dude. Who am I talking to? People. I was in right here, you know, with a stop right there, right? Price was going down right now, guys. What's price doing right here? I saw it right there, right? What's price doing? It's going down. Now I know it's going up, but I also, going back to like, you know, this whole thing, why I got out here, because guys, we're at a new high. What happens at highs, guys? Price moves, right? Look at this. That's why we draw these kill zones. Look at that. Came right up to the high and bounced and then it had to rebound to come up. So I know that price fluctuates and I know that I'm going to be wrong. So I live with that and I'm at peace with that. I didn't overtrade. I did my job. Now, is it a perfect 3-to-1 trade? No. I was close. I got my money back from these dumb ideas. And then I made a little cheddar. And I'm up for the week. All right? That's real trading, guys. This isn't like, I'm not here to pull the wool. I'm here to show you how we do this stuff. And I struggle with trading too, guys. I'm not sitting here saying I'm the master trader. I know all this stuff. Anybody that says that's full of it. Forget it, man. They're charging you too much money. Look, it's $1 a day. Patreon. Members get fresh data. But I don't trade. I don't do live trades because I don't want you guys to follow me. It's not, it's like, going to a restaurant. We're all going to have something different. Yeah, we're all here for this meal, but we're going to have, someone's going to like this. Someone's going to like that. Someone wants this. Give me a little bit of that. We're all different. I'm trying to teach you guys something very basic, very simple. And then you have to include the management. You have to wrap the management into it, and the what's your contract size and what's your time frame. What's your there's so many things that go into this. I know myself. Oh my God, that's so good. I'm so mad at myself. Look at that setup. Look at that. Tell me that's not beautiful. Tell me that's not beautiful. That was the one thing I was waiting for all day. And I could have waited all day. And I would have got my piece. I'm sorry, excuse me. I would have got my piece. It's kind of a big stop, but you know what? There we go. 3, 4, 5 contracts. How much money do you need to make? I'm not saying that we're all at different levels. I'm certainly at a different level. I'm not making 10 grand a day. And then, if you make 10 grand in one day, dude, you're going to lose it the next day. That's what I've learned. I take my piece, I get out. I take my piece, I get out. Impulse leg, shelf. Right? And now that I think about it, what did I do? I was here and I was here. What did I ignore? I was in here. Right? I'm right in here. Trading this little chunk for higher highs. And it worked. Guys, I made money off this thing. Look at that thing. Yeah. Right? I was calling Santa Claus, dude. It's Christmas, man. Yeah, bingo. I didn't see this. I didn't see any of this stuff. I didn't want to see it. But then I pulled back and I said, what is it that I missed? Oh, I know what I missed. I missed the setup. I missed the impulse leg. I missed the beautiful, how many times? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Boom, boom, boom. 8. Just beating them up. Right? Even cuddle on the backside of that thing. If you missed all this stuff and you showed up at 10:40 and you're like, oh man, I don't know where to trade. I don't know what to do. Oh wait, here's my setup. I got my impulse leg. I got this. I got a stop right here. This is probably the better trade. Look at that little thing right there. That's the better trade. And you're in at 10:45, you're out at right around 11:30, like an hour's worth of work, right? Come on, let's get serious about this. All right, don't I I love this business. Why? Because I screwed up here, and I saved my business day here, and I save it. I just, and I hate to say I made up for it, but I did, right? I don't want to take losses. I don't want to lose. I'm not a loser. I don't, but I do lose because I have to, I get into the weeds of too much, and I was too tight, and yesterday was really hard. And this was frustrating, man. You think I made money here and I made money here. And I was like, yeah, it's like that emotional side of it. And I'm kind of going into the weeds about what this stuff is, but I mean, guys, that's your day yesterday, right? You had one really good trade, really good trade. Where else do you see, we're traders from 7, what did I say, 7, you know, yeah, real after 7. I was kind of trying to catch it early. Look at that. Look at me trying to cheapen out the rules. Broke my rule. That's not really, I mean, I wait till after 7. Oh, hey, speaking of which, we got some news. Over at Forex Factory on the calendar, we have a nice little thing here. We got some unemployment news coming up at 5:30. That just came out. It looks like. What time is it? 4:30, 5:30. It's 5:30 right now. But I don't even know what time it is. So you're dealing with here, guys. Let's see what happens. There it goes. Boom. Unemployment. 224. That's that down. That's down. So what does that do to what does that do here? Nothing. Nothing. Nobody cares. Where am I at? So tomorrow, so then 7. See, there's some news that come out at 7. Natural gas storage, 7:30. You won't see anything for that. Every once in a while, it was a couple weeks ago, like at 7:15, there was this huge bar, and I was like, "What the heck is that?" Out of nowhere, just cleaned everybody out. Got this thing tomorrow at 5:30. We got some stuff coming out. All right, all the payroll stuff coming out. Bowman's talking. He's going to ramble for a couple hours. Got a bunch of other people. Goolsby, Hammock, Daly. So it's all Ivy League. Bunch of guys that don't know how to trade. I'll tell you that. You guys know how to trade because you're in the right spot. You want fresh daily updates. I'll throw these out. I throw screenshots out. I throw videos out. Just try and keep you on top of the action. Keep your head focused. Reminders. It's a heavy business, guys. We're doing a lot of work. There's a lot of pride on the line, right? You spend hours and hours and hours looking at this stuff, and you just like, oh man. And I've lived it. I've been through there. I've been in tears in this business, guys. I mean, I have sat there and just like perplexed at how people can make money. And then it just slowly you get better and you get better at this and you start realizing a couple things. I wish I could have come out of the gate knowing all this stuff now, but that's not how it works. We're trading, guys. I mean, how would you like it if people walked around all day and told you you're wrong 3 or 4 times a day, and then somebody at the end of the day said, "Oh yeah, hey, great, good job." You're like, "Oh yeah, now I can feel better about myself." You're getting real time feedback. It's the greatest business in the world, guys. Get yourself some Starlink, jump in the camper, go to the lake, do a little walk around the little hike in the morning. Well, I don't know for us, but maybe the people on the East Coast. All right, so what's going to happen today? That's just some talk from what I was going through yesterday. I was frustrated. Pow. I got out. Shoulda, coulda, woulda this thing. Beautiful entry, another entry there. Right. And why is this an entry? Because we have this retest here. This guy bounced into this guy here. right? I would say that this is and I looked at this and I was like, that's just too funky. Look at that weird thing. And I just didn't put it together. And now that I'm a day apart, I can see it. So I want to take this into today's trading. I'm going to take this information in today's trading, right? I'm going to get in close. I'm going to step back. I'm going to get in close. I'm going to step back. It's a piece of clay. I'm sitting here at the pottery wheel trying to figure out what am I going to make. Am I making a vase? Am I making a bowl? Am I making, something? I don't know. I'm making money is what I'm doing, baby. All right. So let's get on to today. So let's just get rid of all that. You guys know where to find me. So impulse leg. And I like the small, I like the little guys in here. There's something about just being a precision, not a lot of people could say, okay, I'm going to put my order right here and understand why that matters. Right? But you guys do, right? Because you guys are in touch with this whole thing, impulse leg. Right? And I know I just said this thing, but I want to get it into my head. I want to get it into my head. How do I know that you can pick that out? Because you've got a wash, you've got a shelf. You want to shelf it down even more, bring it down here. Right? There's your shelf right in there. Right? One touch, two touch. Brrr, zoom, pops them, comes back. Everyone's pissed. Oh man, I missed out. Bingo. And you can even tighten that up. You could tighten that up and say, I'm going to hold it. I'm going to hold my stop right here. And then you've got a beautiful little trade, and you can run it 5-1. I'm always looking for a 5-1, guys. They just throw a little bit of extra cash in my account if I can hold on. End of day is kind of weird, and I've seen them run. I've seen everything. I've seen it all, right? I know. Look at this thing. We got to the high here, and this went sideways, right? How do I know that that's not going to come up here and just go sideways, right? So, yeah, it's great. I'm getting off track here, guys. I'm just kind of rambling about a couple things. I'm just trying to get my head around what it is we're going to do today. And I know what we're doing. We're going to look for an impulse, right? There's your impulse on the big one, right? Look at this choppiness. Oh, choppiness. Look at this channel. Look at this thing. This thing's going to crater right into here. That's what I'm thinking about, right? It's going to crater right into there. There's a buyer right there. How do I know that? I can see him. And he's just going to, this thing just wants to rip everybody's heads off. And then there's some dude with an order right there. That's how I think about these things. There's an order right here. Could you imagine? Could you imagine having the book and just seeing all the orders on this screen right now of everyone in the world? My God, what would it look like? There'd be piles of people under every one of these stops, under all this stops and there's some dude bought here, sold here, buying here, gonna sell here, and just like a cat and a mouse, just oh wow. I don't know what's going to happen, guys. I think I explained that to you, but I can play, I can draw, I can think. I use my tools, my impulse leg. Do I have a shelf? I have a little wash right there. Tiny little guy. Tiny little guy. I got creative here and I actually, boom. I don't have to draw it out so much anymore. Right, and that's holding now, right? You have an impulse, there's no shelf, but there's a wash right there. You have a little stop, and I think this is all going to get creamed. So yeah, I'm thinking, I'm going to watch and see if anything comes down into here in this space here. It's going up, right? Our impulse leg is up. So I'm going up. And maybe I'll step back today and see this a little better so I don't have to, get frustrated about those things. But it's fine, dude. Guys, frustration is part of the deal. It's part of the process. You're gonna have to deal with it. I don't know how many times my wife was like, when I first started, like, "Hey, did you make money today?" No, I didn't. Stop asking me. You know, it's hard enough as it is. I don't need people asking me, "Hey, did you lose money today?" Yeah, I did. Okay, great. Sucks. Um. Anyhow, uh, yeah, that's what I'm thinking. We're gonna keep an eye on it. We'll find a trade for better or for worse, right? We know what we're doing. We're looking for impulse legs, right? There's an impulse leg right there. It's a tiny little guy there. But look at that. There's a buyer there. Look at that. There's somebody buying that. Somebody else is out there paying attention to what we do, right? They're paying attention to this. They bought it up, right? It's not going to work, I guarantee you. But you can manage that. It takes off. All right, I'm going to cut my risk in half. Yeah, maybe that's how you trade. Once you figure out where to get in and you can start making money, then you can manage it. That's why yesterday I wasn't, I was like, good. The business made money. We didn't take two stops because I was buried in the weeds. I'm not perfect, guys. I'm not at all. I'm here to learn. I'm here to grow. I'm here to be like you and get something out of this. Nobody knows what's going to happen. I think it's going to go up. Where's it going to pull back and wipe everybody out? Maybe down here. Got a buyer. All right, we'll talk later.